You ain't seen no bread, my nigga. You got sucked.
So, Ezra, 2 tickets for Arkham Asylum, please, because I will no longer be the Flash Miller. We'll have a trailer coming out in 12 days. I'm super excited about that. James Gunn said this: Flash resets many things, not all things. Some characters remain the same, some do not. And of course, fans are taking this as, well, James Gunn is not going to reboot everything, so what's the point of having Henry Cavill leave the role and Ben Affleck leave the role? Listen to me right now. This is all just PR talk. Ezra Miller is not going to be the Flash anymore. Zachary Levi, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, they're not going to play their respective roles anymore. This is a complete reboot of the core Just League cast. They just can't say it right now, so calm down.
It could have happened to us.
It could have done, but it didn't.
James Gunn on the role games will play in the DCU. Now, this really twisted my ass hair. It's something that's still set in this world with these characters, but it's their own thing too. We want to give games the spotlight they deserve. And you know what this tells me? This tells me, finally, my DC brothers and sisters, we are going to get a Superman game and not that trash-ass Superman 64, which gave us AIDS, cancer, the T-virus, and the Last of Us fungi, bro. That game was so goddamn ass. It was embarrassing. Like, it was torture, literally playing that shit. And the fact that James Gunn is going to give us a Superman game, rock steady. Please!
I'm talking to God himself. I need prayer. I need my prayers answered for just once. Please, please, please. Just one time.
Here we go, baby. This is the juicy spot right here. James Gunn hints that Batman will be older than Superman in the DCU. He, Clark Kent, is a reporter. He's at the Daily Planet working, but we are in a world where heroes exist and have existed. So Batman could be a few years older than Superman. Question mark? Yes, he could be. And of course, the fans are like, wow, isn't this exactly like Batman v Superman? I mean, look at James Gunn. All he's doing is copying Zack Snyder's work. I mean, James Gunn, don't you have an original thought in your head? Like, no, this is just like, I don't know, the comics that have been existing for 80 plus years. Ever thought of that, buddy boy? Also, Danny Reichman made a really good point on, I'm glad James Gunn got a team of writers to help him map out the universe, and it's all planned out in advance. He said it's more planned out than MCU. James Gunn said this, and he would know because he's a part of the team as well. Maybe a lot more confident about the DCU slate and where it's going. And I said this before. I think in a couple of years, calling it right now, and if I'm wrong, I will delete this video. But I'm calling it right now. I think the DCU under James Gunn, Peter Safran, and David Zaslav will absolutely overtake Marvel in popularity and consistent great movies. Because think about it. DC has what Marvel does not. They have an Elseworld. They have an opportunity to tell the main DCU storyline, through line, that's more family friendly. And then they have what? The DC Elseworlds, where they can take more chances, they can take more risks, they can tell more adult stories than Marvel ever could. Like Marvel, they're stuck making PG-13 movies and making Shang-Chi and Captain Marvel movies for 12-year-old boys who identify as fucking popsicles. Like, they can't do what DC does. DC can tell an Injustice story. DC can tell a Superman Red Sun story. DC can tell multiple stories that are adult-oriented, like Joker, like NyQuil. NyQuil, man. Something in the rain. I have a dildo in my ass. Like, those stories, they can tell. And Marvel cannot. Marvel can't tell the stories. Marvel can't tell an R-rated Thor movie that doesn't involve Taika Waititi telling us fucking whack-ass Thor and Love and Thunder jokes. They can't tell that, but DC can. DC has an opportunity to really establish themselves as the number one comic book studio in the entire world. And mark my words, they will overtake Marvel. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. If you're not on the James Gunn train, you better hop on because it's going full steam ahead. and I'm super excited about it. As always, hit like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, your sister's ass, all that good shit. And DC, I'm telling you, man, it's a great time to be a DC fan. Superman games, Green Arrow games, Flash games, movies, animation, TV shows. Oh, daddy's ready. Love you all. Mwah. Big kiss.